Hey everybody, this is Vaughn Long, a local enrolled agent and tax professional in the Richmond, Virginia area. We're continuing our series on the PPP, the Payroll Protection Program, focusing on maximizing your loan forgiveness and just some advice that I'm going to be sharing with clients and what I will be doing. So let's get our mindset right. This is not your money. I've said it in a couple of videos before. I want to repeat this. If you think of it that way and you're going to be evaluated on how you spend it, which is true, to get forgiveness, you have to go through essentially an audit with the bank who issued the loan and make sure you spend it the right way. So this is not free money. Let's throw that phrase out, and it's just not automatically forgiven. But let's talk about some things you can do to make your life easier when the time comes to get forgiveness. Number one, I'm recommending you get a separate bank account. Savings account is fine at your bank to put these funds in. Why do we want to do that? Because I think it's going to be really important as you transfer money from the savings account that has your PPP funds in it to your operating to spend it, that you transfer the exact amount of money that your particular bill or your payroll says. So for example, let's say your payroll is $1,931.18 for that week. And that's your amount that you need to spend on your employees' pay, their taxes, and state, but not the employer match. You'll need a report that has that exact number. And then you should transfer to the penny that number from your savings account to your operating and then post that payment. And that way your reports that back up where that amount came from will match the transfers from the PPP funds. So put these in a separate account. I think it's going to be a really bad idea just to put all this money in your general operating account with whatever funds you have. And now what's called commingles. It all gets mixed together. It's just going to be harder during the audit to show that you followed the rules. And by the way, if you've gotten the up to $10,000 grant or the EIDL, I think you should do the same thing. Each one of those funds should be in a separate savings account, transferred over with the backup that you need to save. Now, I've mentioned backup, so let's talk about some things that'll help with that. Payroll reports that have you down to the penny the amount you need to do, that break out your taxes and the net pay and how you calculate what's called your gross, which your gross payroll is a summary of your net payroll plus the taxes and any other things that come with that. So you want those payroll reports. You also want copies of the canceled checks that you spent from your operating account. So let's say the rent to your landlord is $900. So you would transfer $900 from your savings account that has your PPP funds into your operating. Then you're going to write a check, let's say, and it's for $900. Then you want to get back a copy from your bank that's a canceled check and keep that as part of your backup records to show all the way through how you spent the money. And then any invoice copies, so copies of rent invoices, utility invoices. That way you've covered all aspects of the backup. Last, and this is not my idea, I'm just going to jump on this train, that I think there's an opportunity now to talk about the 8-week window when you can spend these funds, because you can only get forgiven the money you spend in the allowable 8-week period. And that 8-week period, you don't get to choose right now. It is 8 weeks starting with your loan origination date. Now here's the challenge. I'm about to do another video on unemployment. And you may have a hard time getting some of your staff to come back who are receiving unemployment right now because they're getting these additional bonuses from the federal government. So now what do you do? Because how do you spend these 8 weeks of funds if some of your people won't come back because they're making more money staying on unemployment right now? So I think there's a opportunity to know that since unemployment, the bonuses are going to run through July 31, this is where it'd be nice for the federal government to allow you, the small business owner, to pick your 8-week period in an acceptable window. So let's finish that unemployment thing. They take unemployment to July 31st and they run out of the bonus funds. They're going to want to come back to work August 1st. It'd be nice for you to be able to start your 8 weeks from August 1st and run it through September. And now you're ready as you start to open things back up. So right now, that's not the case. You need to start spending the funds in the 8 weeks from the loan origination date. It's very restrictive. So please contact your congressman or congresswoman or your senator and ask them in this next legislation where they're refunding PPP and EIDL, can they open up some opportunities to give us more flexibility of when to use these funds so that you can optimize forgiveness. Sorry if I got too much in the weeds, everybody, but I wanted to share that information. Please check out localtogetherstronger.com because together we are stronger. And please support your local small business. Take care, everybody. Be safe.